Welcome back in, Retriever fans. Latest edition of the UMBC Baseball Weekly Report with head coach Liam Bowen, recapping the week that was, looking ahead to the week that will be for UMBC Baseball. Coach, welcome back in.
Thanks, Dave.
Retrievers 16-22, 7-11 in the conference, 2 games back of second in the division, 3 games back of first NJIT. This past weekend, a 1-2 weekend against Stony Brook. As we're recording this, a game tonight against Towson, which we'll cover next week. But Coach, let's just go back to Stony Brook last weekend. 3 really competitive games. You got the middle game 10-3, but 2 6-5 losses to bookend the series, but really competitive games throughout.
Overall, I thought our performance was pretty good. Like you say, I think, outscoring a good opponent across the series is a positive. I thought Saturday might have been the best game we've played all year. I was really proud of how we performed on both sides of the ball. It's obvious that the next step for us is to find a way to turn these tight ball games in our favor. We're 2-9 and one-run games this year. This is our second conference series where we've lost 2 one-run games, which is getting a little bit tiresome, obviously. I think we're 3-13, I believe, in games decided by 2 or fewer. So though the record's not what we want and not something that we're going to accept, we understand that it's going to be about being, a play or 2 better, or a swing or 2 better, a pitch or 2 better in any of these given games to start winning 6-5 instead of losing 6-5 or whatever the case may be. So, I thought a little bit of a microcosm of our year, in that we did a lot of really promising things and we showed a lot of upside. We had a lot of guys turn in really good performances, but still just that little bit away from taking the step that we want to take. So like I tell the guys, the season's long for a reason, right? We play for 14 weeks for a reason, and it's for the ability to grow through some of this adversity and get to a different level and get to a point where we're able to find a way to win these close ones. And we got 4 more weeks to the regular season to do it. So we're excited to take that on.
So going back to that Saturday game, your starter, Remy, gave you 6 1/3 of just spectacular baseball, a really good outing for him. We've seen him grow throughout the year now moving into that weekend rotation. Talk about that performance from him on Saturday.
Very encouraging, very proud of Nick. He's a guy who showed up talented, has a good arm, is an athletic kid. I think one of the things that has really helped him across this year is he's been really coachable. He's been really curious. His work ethic's never been in question. It's just a matter of adjusting to the level. And I was telling one of our players this the other day. We live in an age where everything can happen immediately, right? Like if I want to order something from Amazon, by the time I put down my phone, it seems like it's at my door, or whatever the case may be. But that's not how our sport works. Things take the time that they take, and it took him, a month or 2 to settle into a Division I baseball season. That's okay. The guy's got a really bright future. He's a good competitor. He's got a couple of good pitches and maybe another one on the way. And it was, obviously, giving us that amount of length in the game and the way he threw, it helps our chance to win, and that's great. But just to see him capitalize on some of the things he's been working on and get some return for some of that effort that he's been putting in across the entire year, that was really good. He's got a chance to be a good pitcher at this level, and he's doing the right things. So it was good to see a guy like that get rewarded, and we certainly needed it. Stony Brook's a good opponent. You need a good start from whoever's on the mound, and he did a great job. We were really pleased.
And then all year we've talked about Miles Nicholson being, your leading hitter. He was leading the nation in hitting. But 2 guys this past weekend, Justin Taylor, 6 of 12 over the 3-game series, 4 runs, 5 RBIs, hit a home run on Saturday, I believe it was. And then Logan Duran on Sunday in that series finale went 3 for 5, had 2 RBIs, both of those coming in to tie the game early in that one on Sunday. But 2 guys that have been really good this past weekend, but are starting to come into their own this season overall.
I'll do Justin first. Justin's such an interesting story and really a winning story. He started his career at Cornell. He ended up during COVID just living at home and taking classes locally, not really playing baseball, continuing to work out, but not playing the way he did at Cornell. And then we were lucky enough to bring him here. And I think as he's just gotten back into the routine of playing every day and getting back to being a Division I college baseball player, you've just seen him get better and better. I think the switch to center field has been a really good one for him. He had played infield previously. He was immediately at home in center field. It was kind of striking how quickly he adapted to that. And you mentioned Miles Nicholson. He and Miles are a little bit alike in that they're both new to our team this year. They're both athletic guys who have certain things they can do physically that they can bring to the game. Both of them, I would put them in the same category as personalities, where they're just really mature, really steady. Never get too high or too low. Just put in the work every day, and our game and time rewards that. As they keep stacking good days on good days, the calendar keeps rolling forward. The guys like that just get better and better. And they're not the only ones on our team, but they do kind of remind me of each other. And we're really glad to have both of them up the middle for our group. And then Logan Doran, he's a guy he's fought injury a little bit. It's kind of limited what he's been able to do defensively. He's had to fight for at-bats in that DH role, be more limited to that. And he's another talented guy and another guy new to our program. But I think as we were rotating guys through that DH position, the idea is that somebody seizes it and that somebody maybe gets hot or hits a new stage in their development and is able to give us some consistency and something we can rely on. And he's making his case. I think at NJIT he was good. Stony Brook he was good. And all you ask of these guys is to capitalize on the opportunities that they earn and that they're given and deliver their skill set. He's got some unique things about him that we want to see every at bat, and he's been doing it. So really happy for him with the competitiveness and the growth that he's shown. I think that's been another positive.
And then, like we mentioned, as we're recording this, Towson at home tonight, I guess it would be Wednesday, 6 p.m. Just kind of give the fans a quick preview of that one. We'll obviously recap it next week.
Sure. We were hoping to play last night, but weather wasn't what we want. So we're going to get a look at them tonight. Obviously, we're there's 3 Division I teams in Baltimore, us, Towson, and Coppin State. And anytime we get a chance to play each other, I think that's there's something special about that. It's kind of a hometown rivalry. We're missing Coppin State from the schedule this year to just some scheduling conflicts. So what I was going to say is it's kind of the one Baltimore D1 program that's on our schedule, and there's something special about that. So I know a lot of our guys have grown up playing against each other, or they know each other from different ways, and it's always good to play those guys. So we feel like we all won a little bit. They beat us at their place early in the year, so it's good to get another crack at them. I'm sure it'll be a good game, like it always is, and hopefully a chance for us to show the growth I feel like we've had these past couple months. That I think the performance and the level of play on the field is getting better and better. Like I said before, we've got to find a way to turn that into wins. That's the next objective, and that's something that has to be done and that we're accountable to. But I want to put a better UMBC baseball team on the field against Towson than we did at their place a couple months ago. That's the goal for tonight.
And then this weekend, you're going up to Binghamton, the last of the first round of division opponents that you'll face, as the calendar is going to turn to May here on Sunday for that series finale. But just preview that series. Always a good Binghamton team, like every team in this league, very well coached and very disciplined.
Sure, and I know they started slow, and you can look online and they don't have the record that they typically do, but that's irrelevant. They're, like you said, always well coached, always disciplined. I know they're like us. They're on the younger side. They're starting to play better. They just swept NJIT this past week, which is another piece of evidence in case anybody needed one, that anybody can beat anybody in this league. It just comes down to how you play, like I say all the time. And they've just been a good opponent year after year, and we know exactly what we're going to get from them. They're going to fill up the zone. They're going to catch the ball when it comes to them. They're going to have some tough outs at home plate, and it's going to be about what our level of play is. If it's like it was this past week, and we can build on that, I feel good about that. I think that's headed in a good direction. And then it's going to be when it comes time to win the game, if it ends up close, are we going to get value from the experience that we've had early in the year? Are we going to be able to make the adjustments that we need to make and and be more comfortable in some of those moments, particularly with some of these younger guys as their career goes on. So we're really looking forward to that. Like the next 4 weekends in the America East are going to be great for us. They're going to be a great test, and they're going to put us, what these opponents are going to be able to do to us, the pressure that they're going to put on us. It's going to put us in a great position, for the conference tournament and beyond. So, yeah, just excited to go up there and play those guys and keep investing in this, younger team and keep these guys growing.
All right. Well, Coach, as always, thanks for joining us, and good luck this weekend.
All right. Go Dogs.
Go Dogs. Retrievers in action this tonight, actually Wednesday against Towson. Recap that next week, but this weekend up at Binghamton, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You can catch all those games on America East TV. And as always, keep up to date with UMBC Baseball at umbcretrievers.com and the team's Twitter page at UMBC Baseball.